All right, and now here we are in week 4. And today we're going to run through the power rankings real quick, and then we're going to have a good discussion on the preview matchups for next week. Let's go ahead and kick this off, Waylon.
Well, before we begin, I just wanted to throw a couple things out there. Strack still is an intern, and just to forewarn you tonight, he's a little jacked up. 2 things: he either did not jack off 3 times today, or he's done several lines of coke. So just like I said, just to forewarn you. So the bottom 12 this week, coming in at number 12 is Brent Berry, number 11 Kerry P, 10 Kyle, and 9 Leck.
I'll take over at 8 with Todd, going to 7 with Mark, 6 with Waylon, who should not even be close to that, and then to number 5 with Kevin.
As you can tell, the debate later is going to get interesting between these two. Number 4, myself. Number 3, Nick. Number 2, Brandenburg. And number 1 is the guy to my right, Strack.
Worst to first.
All right, let's get straight into the preview for this week. We got several good matchups and several bad matchups this week. So you'll hear how that's going to go. We'll start off number 1 with me versus Sauter. Strack, your feelings on this game?
Well, I'm going to take you, Robbie, and there's a big reason. You're coming off a big win last week. Huge win in the Fantasy League. Congratulations. You should be proud of yourself. And you got Michael Vick. He's just going to carry you through another week. It's that simple.
Rebuttal?
I have to disagree. And it begins. Go ahead and do another line. Sauter wins this week, and I tell you why. Tony Romo will put up good numbers this week, and then the other half of that is Vic is going to begin going against the Broncos defense. He's going to have to throw the ball. He's not going to have to
Which means points.
He's not going to be able to have to move around. Broncos defense is pretty solid. It's going to be a struggle for Vic this week. However, Sauter does have another Bronco player on there, drawing a blank, but
Julius Thomas.
Julius Thomas, that's right. So maybe you and Todd get together to watch the Eagles Broncos game or something to kind of battle it out this week.
That'll probably happen, and I think I have to side with you on this one. Granted, last week I did break up Brandenburg's 10-game win streak.
Congratulations. That was needed.
It was a small victory, but this week I'm picking Todd to beat me. I just don't think I have enough this week.
Ooh, all right.
All right, next matchup to debate. Let's go ahead and do Strack versus John Leck.
I'm taking myself. Can't lie.
Why don't you go ahead and start too, apparently.
Yeah, I will.
Right.
I will. I'll take myself
Okay.
here. It comes down to running backs. I've got the better running backs. It's that easy. And John, you got Drew Brees, but he's throwing to my tight end, and my tight end is on fire right now. Not from hemorrhoids, but just on fire.
Well, I don't even know about the tight end or anything, but one thing I'd have to agree with Strack. Strack does get the win this week. He's proven himself, and he's put up a lot of points, and the most points in the league this year. Like the projection numbers are pretty low this week. Strack, let me just tell you this. This week is going to be the last week that you win, and then it will become a downward spiral. And then after that, you'll be smashing your dog statues in the street.
Whoa.
And it's going downhill from that. But you will barely make the playoffs. That is a week 4 early prediction. But there you have it.
Mark it down.
Can I rebuttal?
Sure, why not? All we got.
I got to come back.
Yeah,
to
we got
this
time.
here. And
20-minute video, folks.
I think you're dumb, dude.
That's
It's
it.
just that simple. There's my rebuttal.
All right.
You're dumb.
All right.
Point proven.
Dumb.
Point proven. Point proven.
On that note, I'll spit in my 2 cents here. We do have it recorded as of about 30 seconds ago. Strack saying he had a flaming tight end. So just want to make sure that's on paper.
No, I said he was on fire.
What's the next match?
Whatever.
All right, here
but
we go.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Strack. He's
you.
3-0, but that won't last for long either. You'll get a couple losses coming up soon.
Not saying it's not going to happen.
All right. On to a couple of the bottom feeders here. Rookie Kerry Piepenbrink versus Brent Berry. Why don't we start with you this time?
Yeah, might as well. I like Kerry. Once again, I will continue to say this over and over. Kerry is one of the most underachieving teams in the league. Rice still has not showed up, and Colin Kaepernick, or whatever the hell his name is, did not do well once again last week. Those things have to change. Harbaugh will get him in check. Rice will find his groove. Carey will play hard and not play hard, but will continue to score points beginning this week. So I like Carey over Brown.
Rice has got to get healthy.
He does.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to agree with the idiot over there, and I'm going to take Carey. And the reason why it comes down to Kaepernick. Kaepernick's on the road. He's coming off a big loss against our Colts.
2 big losses in a row.
Yeah, 2. And it's going to come down to that. Big Brown, you're dead. You're still dead. Change the name because you're dying with it. You're gone.
Chris, if you have 2 losses, how many losses do you have?
That'd be 2.
Okay, so make sure.
All right, we've done math here. I've looked at Carrie's lineup. She's already pulled Ray Rice, put in Bernard, I think is his name.
Yeah, Bernard.
And DeAndre Hopkins, because Andre Johnson's a little gimpy this week. I think she's made the right moves. The moves she can make, she has to make. She is underachieving. Kaepernick's going to have a big game, guys. And Carey's beating Brett, sending him in a downward spiral of what the fuck do I do with my team.
I would also like to make a note here that I have proposed a trade this week to both of these teams that have been ignored that could seriously help the impact
That often
of this,
happens. We're running
of
out of
this
time.
game. Well, I'm just saying over there, dipshit.
All right, next game. Mark versus Davey. What? Or Mark versus Waylon. Either one.
Yeah.
That'll work.
We won't play himself this week.
Yeah,
Play on work.
play
Mark
with yourself
versus
this
himself.
week, Mark.
That's a 3-minute
I'd
session.
do it twice a day if I were you.
Yeah. So what do you have, Strike?
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I'm taking you, Waylon. Defense. It's defense.
Huh? It was the Colts defense?
Yeah, you picked them up this week. I was happy to see that come off the waiver.
So last week was going to kickers. This week's going to defenses.
Yeah.
Well, he got beat by a kicker last week.
Touche.
Did
Rebuttal?
He did get beat by a kicker last week.
Can't wait to
That's
see Straff's draft next year.
Straff.
Straff, whatever the hell
They
you
call
want to
me
call
Straff.
yourself. Straff. But anyways, you know, yeah, I like myself this week. Because Peyton Manning's projected to score 34 points. It's one of the highest he's been projected all week. As long as he continues to score points, whether you like it or not, it makes me competitive and it's going to even when I get Spiller and Ridley back, it could be it's going to be even more points added. And
I have a
that's me.
question.
That's me hoping. That's me
What are
hoping.
you going to do when Manning's on his bye week?
Well, I'll just find
Get
someone else.
beat? All right.
Yeah, find someone else that's average 20-some points.
Oh,
Tampa Bay's got a new quarterback. Freeman got benched.
Freeman did get benched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring on Curtis Painter.
All right. Well, looks like we're not disagreeing much yet. So I'm going to go with Waylon. Davies' team is 2-1. I'm not sure how. Good luck, Davey, out of the playoffs. That's all I got for you.
Trent Richardson will, though, score some points for you, and it could make you interesting.
Good.
Just throw that out there.
It could.
All right. Now, Kyle versus our friend from the north, Kevin.
I'm taking my friend from the north. You know, it comes down to
Why?
Victor Cruz here. The salsa dance. I think he's 3 touchdowns this week. He's due.
You know Eli has to throw 3 touchdowns for him to get 3
Yeah,
touchdowns.
Eli's on my bench, and I understand that. I get it. But I think Victor Cruz is due for a big week. I think Kyle is struggling. Kyle has a solid team, but Kyle needs to do something and do something quick. I think he either needs to look to trade or get onto the waiver wire and dump some people, move around that roster, and see what he can do.
I call this match the KKK match. No white hoods needed. No reason to be shameful this week. Both of you guys, I believe, are going to score in probably upwards of 120 points. Every one of your guys' players this week have favorable matchups. Like I said, it's going to be a shootout. But I'm going to take Kyle because as of right now, I don't think either one of you guys really have a bad team. I think Kyle has a little bit better of a team now, and that's why I picked Kyle. But it's going to be a shootout. It's going to be interesting to watch. So.
I'm going to say Kyle gets the win for one reason and one reason only, that Cam Newton's on bye. Phillip Rivers is not going to get you a W this week, Kevin. And 0-3, he's fucking due. All right. On to the game of the week. Brandenburg versus Nick Allen. Waylon, you start.
Well, I think both of you guys will score under 100 points this week. And Matt, believing in Joe Flaccid is not going to help you this week, so that's why I take Nick.
So sweet and simple. Strack, rebuttal? Or agree. It's either one.
Well, with Joe Flaccid, No, I'm going to take Nick. And it comes down to, again, a wide receiver named A.J. Green. This guy is on fire. If you want the best wide receiver in the league right now, look to A.J. Green. Nick, you got him. You got a strong player. He's going to take you there.
If AJ Green's on fire, I know who your quarterback is in Peyton's bye week. Andy Dalton apparently is throwing to somebody.
Yeah.
He is.
So,
Yeah, it's right there.
With that being said, I agree. Brandon Berg, you're on a 2-game skid after your 10-game heater, buddy. Nick gets this win. And I think that's going to be wrap things up this week, unless anybody else has anything to say.
You're a dumbass, Whalen.
Yeah. Strapped.
Draft. Oh, it was
I'm sure you
draft.
guys got enough to say, but we're out.
He's my
Until
buddy
next
of
time.
fucking
See you
10
next
years,
week.
doesn't even know my last name.